Let's see how this works out. I got a new mic, so voice should be coming through a little better, but I might need to adjust the volumes. Gonna see how it works out. And I do have the comments open for anyone watching live. So on the YouTube page, you can just leave a comment. Audio, here we go. Okay. Not seeing an easy way to adjust the volumes, but we'll figure it out. Let's get in here. I guess the next mission is to launch a satellite at Mars. That was interesting. Oh, there I'm seeing comments. How are the volumes? People are actually watching now. Let me leave a comment. Probably isn't a whole lot going on. Oh, there you could hear me talking over Gene. Put a satellite in. Oh yeah, remember there is a 30-second lag. I sound a little quiet. Trying to think of a way to remedy that. There we go. Audio. This is kind of a new apply. Okay, let's see how that is. I just turned up the microphone slightly, so the microphone should overpower, hopefully. Okay. So here we are on Kerbin. Here's the moon. I have 2 landing sites. I did do a second mission, gathered a lot more science. Getting ready for the Mars mission. Got a couple satellites I can put in orbit. Have a bit of debris. I'm not going to delete them, I'm just hiding them so my map is clear. Okay, Gene is louder than me. Yeah, well, how is the sound now compared? Yeah, there's a few satellites. They pay well contract-wise. I'm going to go back into that building and be talking over Gene as it loads up. Oh, he didn't say anything. Dang it. How about in here? Just some background music. Huh, I need to hire new people anyways. I want a second crew, since I have 1 crew. I'd like someone who's not stupid. She's not stupid. The other not stupid person is an engineer. Wait, I did... Really? Right-clicking counts? We need 1 other... So we have 2 scientists, 2 pilots. We need another engineer. Okay. No, I didn't want to go in here. I'm kind of stalling. Oh, no, I did want to go in there. So Mars is... Oh, crap. That is not a convenient place to get to. Well, it is a little. If you come off the front of Earth... Still turn the volume up one step. I wonder if that makes much difference there. Settings, audio, apply. Wow, that is maxing out now. That doesn't make any difference to the game sound. There we go. That's as best I can do. So, I need to get to Mars. So we need to come off the front of Kerbin. It's going to be interesting. Oh, let's go back in there. What's... I suppose it doesn't really matter. Yikes. That is quite the orbit of Duna. Alright, I think I got the mic worked out. Alright, I need to also make sure I keep talking nice and clear. So that's a very elliptical orbit. Okay, so we need to get a long ways away. Let's make sure we have the tech to do it. I've got some serious lifting engines now. But I'm thinking for interstellar space, a nuclear engine might be the best option because it has a specific impulse of 800. See, I unlocked something. It was here. These engines, they have a specific impulse of about 300. The nuclear engine in atmosphere has almost no thrust, but once you get up into space, yeah, in atmosphere it does 13 kilonewtons, in vacuum 60. So it's still low thrust, but it uses 1 liter of fuel per second at full throttle, while something like this, while it produces 1,000 newtons thrust, goes through 29 liters of fuel per second. So yeah, I think I keep clicking the wrong things. Dang it. I think nuclear engines are going to be the way to go. Especially for the trip to Mars. Okay, the satellite. Ooh. I think I actually had some good satellite tech I could unlock. If it's lighter, that's what we want to get. Ooh, who's not responding for a second? That's what we want to go with. Or perhaps electricity. How much does this cost? That's a row of 300s. So some good power generators. And good batteries. Though I think that orbit it had me on would have very little shade. Unmanned tech. This is the one we want, 0.04 tons. Is there anything that's better that I can afford? Don't need any of those. Let's do it. Alright, let's build this. This is going to be an interesting one. This is probably going to take a couple tries to even get working. So, what does the contract call for? Antenna and power generation. Well, that's not hard. In fact, I'll just put the antenna on top. Wow, that's big. Designate an orbit, materials bay. Is that the Science Junior? Let's see. A thermometer. I'm actually going to do 2 of these. I know it's going to make it heavier. But I would love to be able to take some science in flight and broadcast it back to Earth. There we go. A pair of mysterious goos. Ooh, on top. Let's actually go with an Whoa! No. An RCS tank. No, just one. Oh, actually. That gives more room to attach things. Center of mass. Oops, come on. There we go. I don't actually care if they're at one end or the other. Power generation. 3x2s or 1x6. That's what we want. Oop, but we don't need 4 of them. Turn you off. Those should rotate to face the sun no matter where they are. Why not? This thing is loaded with as much science as you can imagine. Oh, materials processing lab requires a Kerbal, so that's... Okay. I guess we don't need a disconnector, but if we're going to use the nuclear engine, where is it? It takes just liquid fuel. Which, I think that means we use it aircraft parts. Liquid fuel. How many gallons is that? 400 gallons versus this would only carry 180. And that's 2.25 tons, 2.2. It's the same mass, a little over double the liquid fuel. I will take it. And then this is going to be interesting. So that's the satellite. I guess I could put a disconnect in there, but that would just add weight, and a lot of my satellites I leave the last engine on it. I have enough fuel left over so that I don't see a need to disconnect. Oh, one thing I will put in there is a fairing generator. Oh, not that one. Let's go with conic. I have a couple different fairing things here that act differently. It's interesting. So this is like a procedural generated one. Come on, let me deselect you. How do I remove this thing? There we go. That's the one I want. It's weird that it would let you do different ones for each side. And now we've got floating dots. Yeah. Let's go. Oop. I need to raise this up. This rocket's gonna be big. It needs to get to Mars, so yeah. Next up, we will stage this. This will be a stage that needs to push us out of, well, I could go small, but now's the dilemma where do I do a small stage and make the rocket really tall? This would be the one that would hopefully push a lot of the way to Mars, or at least out of Kerbin's orbit. I wish I could sort by specific impulse. The Terrier's probably the best because it has the highest specific impulse. We'll be sitting there burning the engines forever, but see, that's just 345. That's 300, 320, 350, but it's big. I'm going to say that's probably the best of them. Not counting jet engines because they don't work in a vacuum. Okay, now stage it. Come on. Alright, not sure why those are separate. That can actually happen down here, probably. I'll need to adjust the staging before launch. I had a few. There we go. Might as well make the adapter a fuel tank. Same tonnage, same volume. This engine produces 1,000 kilonewtons, while the mainsail 1,500. How's the weight? 4 tons, 6 tons. Okay, and then stage it. Might need to adjust the layout here a little bit so the mic is more pointed at me. This is getting into the tall and unstable territory. This thing's probably going to wobble like nobody's business. What I'm actually thinking is get rid of that. Put this here. Get rid of you. Because this, or not that one, the Poodle is actually more efficient. It's lighter, well, it's light-ish. And it will cut down on height. What am I looking for? Staging. Decoupler. Oh, gotta check something. And then we want to go really big. Here's the part where it gets expensive. Hold on. Gotta check something. There we go. I think that's, yep, that's the big one. Those get expensive fast. That's a good use of staging, of getting narrower and then narrower. That's a lot of fuel as it is. What I really want is something like this that lets me attach multiple of these. The these ones, because they produce a ton of thrust for their size. They're small diameter. Well, this is very large diameter. See, that produces 4,000 kilonewtons of thrust. He uses... Okay. That's probably going to be the best way to go, except because that makes the bottom layer look kind of stout. Do that, and then we need to get interesting. I'm thinking asparagus. It's going to be high volume asparagus staging though. Now what engine to use? The mainsail is big and heavy and produce lots of thrust, 1500, but these produce 1,000, way less, use less fuel. I actually think these vector ones might be better. Stability. Oh no, I'll deal with stability in a second. So, alt click. Come on. My phone is freaking out right here, trying to get it to calm down. Okay. Come on, alt click. There we go. And now that's good enough. So the whole thing with asparagus staging, in case anyone somehow doesn't know. Oops, come on. These tanks will burn out of fuel much quicker than the next two, which will burn out slow. So these will burn out fast, these will burn out medium, these will burn out slow, and then these will have full fuel. It's not always the best solution, but more often than not it is. So then we just pump fuel from the ones we want to drop first into the ones we want to drop last, and then from those into the rocket. Now the only question is, does it actually work? Let's check the staging. All of those start, and those separate, those separate, those separate, then that separates, this starts, we blow off the shell, then that separates, then that goes. I have no idea if that will be enough. I don't have any mods that are telling me whether I have enough delta V or anything. But there's no point in just sitting, might as well just do it. I have not done very many planetary transfers, so this is pretty new for me. Oh, that's something I'm forgetting. Revert flight. Those tanks are not held on very well, so they'll wiggle. So extra support. Oop, too many. go. I wonder... I am cautious about this whole thing wiggling. So let's go to 4. Right here. Dang it. They'll let me go up one stage at a time. There we go. That hopefully will keep it just slightly stabler. Got a snack here. I'm going to open it up. I'm sure that makes wonderful sounds on the mic. But nothing's happening on the stream, so. Alright. Full throttle. Stability control. Since it's advanced, we have a lot of options. Let's get prepared. No, not min-miss. I haven't even done a flyby of min-miss yet this game. Duna. Set as target. We have an orbital velocity of 175 meters per second. Actually, we should probably zoom this in. It's not showing up. Oh, because it's a satellite. Our satellite's turned off. Well, let's see how this works out then. And lift it. Oh, that's good. I can even turn the thrust down a little. I'm gonna start the gravity turn a little early. Alright. These first sets of tanks are burning through real quick. See the fuel gauge go down? That rocket is a little loud in my headset. Not sure how loud it is on the stream. Seems I got a couple people watching. Now we're gaining a little altitude. I like to not get above 300 meters per second below 10 kilometers because of air resistance. But it's probably going to happen. Got the fairing, so it's a little more aerodynamic, but that is wide enough to cause some interesting drag if I start turning too hard. Hey, we just barely got over 300 meters per second. That's not bad. Uh-oh. That was a bump. That doesn't make me happy. Wow, that's getting a lot of altitude already. Let's tone the throttle down. I'm going to point it over. I'm even going to rotate 90 degrees. Wow, having those side rockets makes rotation easy. Wow, those are doing nothing right now. Probably could have started the gravity turn earlier. Uh-oh, that sounded like an engine. It was an engine burning out. And these tanks are now still fully fueled. That was interesting. I wonder why the electrical charge was going down. Okay, this is weird. My ship is somewhere along this path, but I don't know where. It says 45 seconds away from that. As soon as I get to a stable orbit, I'm going to flip back to the Space Center. That will mean I can't revert flight. Uh-oh. No, I did include an antenna. I was just trying to remember if I did or not. There we go. That thing, that beast has just so much thrust. Oh, I wonder if the stability control can't handle ships over a certain mass. Okay, that's a stable orbit. We still have a whole fuel tank left. This beast. Okay, let's go back to the Space Center and turn satellites on. Seems like a weird oversight to not show the satellite you're currently controlling. DunaSat. Control, okay. Now we gotta figure out where's the best time to burn to head out of system. Let's actually bring that down. Add to the space debris. There's Duna. Coming off the planet, kind of in this way, seems like the best way. You come in, come down, come forward. Let's see how that works. Burn maybe here. So that definitely does a thing, but that's not what we need it to do. Let's try here maybe? That does a thing as well. That's a long journey. 200 days. Wow. It's looking more and more like the far side of the sun is the way to... So we're not actually going to get to Duna. Oop, wrong way. Oh. Are the planets not on the same... Oh. What I can do is do that kind of path and then part way through the orbit do another burn. That's probably going to be the best option. Let's turn that off. Wow, the Arcia. Uh-oh. Oh. I done screwed up. Well, I'm hoping I can live through it. I didn't put any batteries on this. So it's just slowly sucking juice while it's in the shade. That was totally my bad. If it goes completely dead, I have to wait till it gets in the sun to do any controls. And boop. Let's watch the electricity as it drains. Well, this was a snafu in my part, but I don't think it's a foobar. In fact, all of my engines generate electricity. Yeah, all my engines generate electricity, and I have the solar panels. Seven seconds of burn, I find that hard to believe. Yeah, a minute of burn, that seems more likely. Which this engine cannot do a minute of burn. Uh-oh. Wow, total cock up. Yeah, we're on a collision course with Kerbin. We can just get rid of that maneuver node. Yep, that's not good. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it a loss. Yeah, that's a total cock up on my part. Because I went to the Space Center, I can't revert to launch now. I'll be interested if this can survive the landing, though. Oh, no, it can't. It's going to explode any second. I'm going to need to do some refinement on this design. Just gonna let that crash. Well, damn. It's disappointing, but had to try it. Well, anyone who watched, thanks for watching. I'm gonna try again probably tomorrow. But today was actually more of an experiment to see if this new microphone would work, and I think it's working better. Well, thanks for watching the failed attempt. But we learned stuff, and that's the important part of science.